everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And today I'm going to tell you about podcasts that I think would be good to listen to in October or any time of the year, but particularly around Halloween. So I'm going to start with the mystery horror stuff and work my way to witchy stuff, I guess. Okay, so the first one that I have been listening to for ever. Okay. Oh, let me show you my nails first. Okay, back up. Okay, check out my nails. They got little bats on them. Hollow Taco Sophia collab. And they're so cute. They got little bats. Anyway. And I got my pumpkin shirt on. I've got pumpkin pants on too. Because I wanted to be comfy today, and I'm a little warm. It was cold in here earlier. I had shorts on. And then I was like, maybe it's a pants day. Anyway, got my cup. Got my Day of the Dead cup. Oh. And today I'm going to talk about podcasts. Right. Okay. Now that we're back on track. Now I got everything set up. One of my favorite podcasts. Oh, I have my phone down here so I can read the little information about it. Because otherwise I'm like, okay. So one of my favorite podcasts is Red Web. And I've talked about this before. If you haven't seen my previous podcast talk, I'll either post a little thingy here. I don't know what it'll look like. It'll either be like a thing will pop up or it'll be like a little dot. So that you can click there after you're done watching this video. You can rewind back. And I talked about other podcasts. But this is Red Web, and they don't solve mysteries. They talk about mysteries. It says Red Web dives into the internet's most intriguing mysteries, conspiracies, and supernatural events. With an appetite for the unknown, Trevor Collins and his co-host, Alfredo Diaz, analyze various unsolved incidents. They like to joke that they are a mystery podcast, a movie podcast that talks about mysteries. Because in every episode, one of them is like, oh, this is like that movie. And they are just hilarious. And Alfredo usually doesn't know what's coming. Like, it's a mystery to him. He doesn't know what they're going to be talking about, and then Trevor drops the little tagline to him, and he'll be like, "Oh, so blah 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 blah," and Trevor will be like, "How did you know?" They're fun to listen to. They try to stay serious. They stay serious in the serious moments, but someone always cracks. And they just make me laugh. And they talk about everything from murders to aliens to witchcraft to ghosts. I really enjoy listening to them. I already said that. Every year around Halloween they do an episode where they actually go to a haunted place. And Then they also have a YouTube page that goes along with it, so you can go and analyze the video. They're fun. Okay, and the next one that I want to tell you about is called 30 Morbid Minutes. They're by the same parent company, Rooster Teeth, and they are also very funny to listen to. I mean, like, again, if it's a serious moment, they're serious, but they pick at each other all the time, and they are in two different... Okay, Red Web is out of Austin, Texas. And 30 Morbid Minutes, the two people, one's in like California and the other one is in Austin, Texas. And so like they only see each other on camera and while they're recording. And let's see. It says 30 Morbid Minutes investigates morbid and creepy topics, people, places, and events pulled from history and the headlines of today. Hosted by Jessica Vasami and Elise Williams. Willems. And they are on the darker side. Red Web hits some like, ooh, creepy stuff. But usually 30 Morbid Minutes is like cringeworthy. Like it's like, oh, that gave me goosebumps. That's so gross. Yeah. And the last one they talked about was the real life of Dr. Frankenstein. About how, where Mary Shelley could have gotten her ideas, because like back in her day, people were trying to reanimate bodies, and it was gross. And then they've talked about like lobotomies and asylums and the Boston molasses flood. Yeah, that's right, molasses. But just some of their stuff is like, ugh. And now it's like, should I be afraid to drown in molasses? You'll have to listen to that one to understand. Sorry, my kid just came in and then went back out. Okay. Another one that I've just recently started. Well, hold on. Let's go one more over. I'm just scrolling through. If you need something that's like short and sweet and they're like maybe 10 to 20 minutes long, and they tell you in like a straight voice, which kind of makes it creepier, I'm just saying. You got to listen to Scary Mysteries. Scary Mysteries, he doesn't express, there's no expression in the guy's voice, so it's like he's not judging any of the murderers or criminals, and and like he just does some interesting, they just do some interesting things. And free heat compilations. This podcast has everything you need to scratch the true crime itch. Everything from murder mysteries and missing persons cases to ancient sites, mysterious creatures, and ghosts. We have you covered. For even more in-depth coverage of this crazy stories, you can check out a podcast called Every Town. I haven't listened to Every Town, so I can't be like, yeah, because I'm still catching up on the Scary Mysteries. But they do he does some of the stuff is just scary. 5 cruel stories for Halloween. Oh, it's locked. I can't do that. One's for subscribers only. The Eerie Haunted Secrets of Lake Lanier. I don't know how to say that. And Wisconsin State Ghost. Ooh. Top 5 unexplained alien photos and videos that are real. And, just stuff like that. Oh, 5 women who got revenge. No one in the world can explain these five strange and mysterious unexplained phenomenons. Like I said, it's just creepier with that deadpan voice with no excitement to it, no judgment, and he's just reading it, and it's kind of like it's like in the scary movies when the kids start singing Ring Around the Rosie and they're like, don't blink, and the fake little smiles on their faces. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So that's Scary Mysteries. And then one that I just started, and I'm not sure if I like it or if I'm just listening to it because I need something to listen to. It's called It's called Two Girls, One Ghost. It says, join host Corinne and Sabrina, bi-coastal best friends. That's right. They're on opposite coasts. I forgot. Because in the first one, they are actually together. I can't remember which one is visiting the other one. With a questionable, unhealthy predilection towards all things strange, spooky, and creepy. For heavily researched and listener-submitted tales of supernatural. They do warn you, though, Two Girls, One Ghost is the most haunted podcast in America. Countless listeners have reported that listening leads to encounters with the other side. Listen at your own risk. I was like, I already got ghosts. What's a few more? So I started listening. And the first one, I mean, like all first podcasts, it was a little hit or miss in some places, but I've listened to a handful since then, and they've gotten better. I like that. I'm pretty sure I like this one. So now that moves on to kind of the witchy ones. First, I'm going to talk about, if I can get it to pull up, witches, magic, murder, and mystery. So I haven't actually listened to too many of these either, because I just started them not too long ago. My kid is in the room. But it says a weekly podcast of murder, disappearances, conspiracies, witches, and anything else we find interesting. If you like creepy stories that involve a lot of research, a little humor, and a dash of Southern twang, tune in. And, the first one was called Murder, in big bold letters, the Kentucky Vampire Clan. And, the next one is Mystery, the Kentucky Goblins. And then the third one was, Witches, Ireland Biddy Early. Where we meet Biddy Early, a herbalist, healer, empath, feminist, clairvoyant, and cougar. Witch? And so I've just been perusing this one. So far I'm like, these are good. I like them. And then we get more witchy And I've been listening to Seeking Witchcraft. I listened to Seeking. Okay, so it's kind of Seeking Witchcraft. What do you think you're doing? Seeking Witchcraft. It says this podcast is aimed at beginner witches with informational episodes focusing on various topics regarding witchcraft and Wicca. Tune in to listen to the voices of witches from all around the world as they share snippets of their practice, experiences, knowledge, and expertise with the listeners. Yeah. She also has a Facebook page. I have been really I really enjoyed listening to them. I'm caught up. Well, she just posted one 6 hours ago. But whenever I caught up to like where I have to actually wait for the next episode, I'm like, you have nothing to listen to today. And then I go to one of my other podcasts. But sometimes she's just fun to listen to. Yeah. And one of the first things I love, that one of the first things that is talked about was there's no right and wrong way to be a witch. And we're going to talk about the word witch here in a few minutes on the next podcast that I tell you about. But one of her peoples that she had on, he was like, there's no, he's like, you're right. There is no right or wrong way. If your spell, like you're using someone else's spell and it calls for a green candle and green just doesn't call to you, find which one of the candles you think should be in the spell and it should work perfectly fine. And I was like, that's so cool. Again, it's fun. And then the last one I'm sorry, that was really loud. The last one I'm going to talk about is Expedition to Seoul. Now, it's by the Sisters Enchanted, and they have a whole I'm going to tell you a little backstory of how I got to this podcast. They have a whole website and they do some free things, but she has a whole like class thing where like you sign up for it and they have tarot, they have shadow work, there's astrology, and like it's like school. But it's for your inner self. And they recently did, I can't remember where I found them or how I found them. I think I was looking for, I was having some self-confidence problems, I think is what it was. And I was Googling stuff and they popped up and I was like, it's free. That the one little class, I was like, might as well. And I clicked on it and I loved listening to them. I loved, like, they made me feel like I'm not alone. And I know I'm not alone, but whenever you're like down in the dumps and you're really like depressed, you don't remember that. And so after doing that one, I looked more into them. I was like, I need this in my life. Well, the big class that I was telling you about, I can't afford that. They have like books that they send to you, and I would love to. Because you know me, I'm a book person. So once I heard that books were involved, I was like, yes, sign me up. But I can't afford that. And so I just started doing their free courses, and yeah, it's been nice. But this Expedition to Soul is free, and it says, Expedition to Soul. You want to live a life that feels soul aligned and know that you have the capacity to stay grounded and true to yourself, no matter what life sends your way. We've helped thousands of people do just that by bringing more intention, intuition, and everyday magic to their lives. Yeah. So I was going to tell you about okay. The last class for them that I took, they talked about the word witch because the big class thing that I was telling you about is called holistic witchery. And in the last freebie thing that I did, there were people on there that weren't accepting of the word witch, and they said that the way witch is portrayed is bad. But so they said if you go back and you look at all the people who were witches in the past, they were just the people who were different. They were the women who were told that they, because they knew how to crush up some herbs and heal the cut on your arm, that sorcery. You should die from that cut. And it's like the people who are different. So the word witch is just someone who knows things that some people don't and are different. And you don't have to call yourself a witch. And I was like, okay, I'll be a book witch. I love books. No, I'm just being silly now. But they're fun to listen to because they're sisters. Two sisters run the podcast and the community. And Sarah and Anna. I couldn't remember Anna. I was like, Sarah. But they're sisters, and so they'll be talking about something serious, and then one of them will go off on a tangent about, hey, you remember that time whenever we were teenagers and you did this? And it's like, yeah, but blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, wait, back on track. And I'm like, I love it. It's hilarious. And that is, I think, all I wanted to tell y'all about. There were a few other ones that I've listened to like 1 or 2 episodes of, but I haven't really gotten into them enough to say, yeah, you should listen to this. That's all I have to talk about. Those are some podcasts that I think would be perfect for this time of year. Spooky, mystery, murdery, witchcrafty, and slightly educational on all of those, which makes me happy because I like to learn things. If you liked me telling you about these podcasts, give me a thumbs up. If you like these podcasts, give me a thumbs up. And if you give me a thumbs down, just hop on over to the comment section and let me know why you gave me a thumbs down. Tell me in the podcast if you gave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Did you already know about some of these podcasts? I would like to know. And did I interest you? I give you some ideas about what you could be listening to. If so, let me know. Well, you can see my cat in the background. Let me know about that in the comments also. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos by me and you don't have to go, oh, and keep searching for me. I'll just be in your little subscriber list. And share this podcast video with a friend, because sharing is caring. And even though we are in spooky murdery season, we should still be kind. So after all of that, I will see you on my next video. Bye.